You know what's really weird? The fact that society wants you to believe that working to get yourself off your feet, simply just working to provide for yourself in a point in your life in which you might not be doing what you want to be doing. You might not be where you want to be financially. It tries to shit on the people that want to do that, while also uplifting the people that kind of are already there or had no sort of bad times, no sort of struggle to get there in the first place. People who have all these cars and all these nice things, they're the ones that get praised the most on social media and in real life. But people that are just, even like the people that do have money and that are still working and, you know, do have a house and do have nice cars and, you know, property, even, you know, people who are doing pretty well for themselves are still getting sort of looked at funny just because they actually have core values or actually have things that they are striving to achieve that isn't just flexing money or being a consumer. And that's something that I've learned. Is people are gonna talk. People are gonna keep on talking. They're never gonna get it. People are never gonna be grateful for what they have up until the point in which they lose it. So be grateful for what you have right now. If you know me, you know I make overnight stalking videos in which I just talk and rant about certain things. I rant about the job, I talk about the job. I just say what's on my mind. But it's getting so bad, especially on social media. But this is the thing that's been on my mind for the past couple of weeks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The world is not in a good place right now in terms of ethically, in terms of health, and in terms of relations between nations, races, and certain specific sort of financial groups, in terms of class. Let's just say class relations. We are not in a necessarily good spot. What you have to come to understand is this is the natural way of life. Us as human beings are always going to have conflicts with each other because of motivators like money, status, power, sometimes even women. For our guys that's watching this, or guys for, you know, the women that are watching this video too. All this to say, there are motivators that make it so that we are always in competition for resources that arrive naturally on this earth. But the one resource that we can never get back is time. So being on social media, having e-fights about, you know, certain things that's happening in this world, it might get you the temporary fix that you're looking for in terms of trying to find a way to navigate the crazy world that we're living in, trying to navigate why these things are happening, trying to figure out a why, just trying to come to the nitty-gritty of why we're here going through all of these things. And it's because you're supposed to. It's because this is the natural order of life. Life inherently is not going to get better, in my humble opinion. You know, I mean, I think I'm a nihilist when it comes to a lot of these things, but not because I think there's no, you know, sort of absolute meaning to life. And even that, you know, is up in the air. We're gonna get to that in a second. But not because I'm just totally like, you know, F life, who wants to be here, like what's the point of doing all this? But because I'm one of the, you know, people that actually think life is similar to a video game. Now I'm not saying that you should live your life like GTA and go out and do all type of crazy shit, like no. But if you narrow down your life to having it sort of embody the characteristics of a video game, especially like the modern video game, let's say like a game like Dark Souls, a really hard game, or like Kingdom Hearts on critical mode, or the really hard mode sort of games, Elder Scrolls even. The people that made the game inherently want you to keep on playing the game. From my sort of understanding, they gain profit and they, sort of thrive more if we are playing the game as much as possible. And what's the point of a video game, especially a good video game, if it isn't hard? If it's not going to take you a couple days or a couple months to beat because it's a super hard game. I'm not talking about Mario Brothers or Mario Kart. I'm talking about really hard games like Elder Scrolls or, like I said before, Dark Souls. What is the point of playing these games if there's not a reward at the end? If it's not sort of a reason as to why you want to finish it. These games, the game of life inherently does not want you to win. And that's why you have to beat it. That's why you have to go hard to beat it. That's why you have to upgrade your stats. For all of my solo leveling people out there, you know what I'm talking about. You're going to start either at the bottom or you're going to start at the top. Life will, no matter where you start, still present you challenges that you're going to have to navigate through. Life inherently does not want you to win, and that is why life is so good. Life isn't perfect, and that is why it is so good, because it makes the things that we want worth striving for. It makes it so that we actually do have to dig down deep into our true inner workings as human beings and who we are on a fundamental level. We have to dig down and fight. Grab those things that makes us amazing, like the will to keep on going forward, that willpower to get up every single day. That's what makes life worth living. Because it isn't all just going to be given to us. And if it is, it's going to prevent us with even more still difficult challenges. All this to say, don't worry about anybody, man. Don't listen to what people are saying on Instagram. We live in a social media content creation age, so it's so easy for us to, especially as impressionable young adults or teenagers or just a human being that wants to find meaning and truth in why we're doing this, right? You got to stop listening to all of that BS. Go live life in real life. Actually go out and experience things, and life will give you the answers. And I always say this, not to get too, not spiritual, but too religious. But I don't think that God will ever come down and show us what they are in its being and in all of its totality. We will never know what God will look like, because that's seemingly impossible. I don't think we can comprehend that. I don't think we're able to comprehend that, and I don't think God even has a form. But if you pay attention to life close enough, you will be able to see God in real life. You will be able to see and feel it in daily interactions. When you listen to that song that makes you feel so good and it empowers you to go get something done. Well, it's a song that means so much to you. It means the world to you. You grew up with the song. It's your first ever song that you listened to, or a song that was there for you when you're running a race. And a couple years before, you tried and attempted the race, and you didn't sort of win it. But then you come back 2 years later, and you finally run across that finish line, doing better than the expectations that you had for yourself before. and you feel that rush, that euphoria, that energy that flows within you. To me, that's God. To me, that's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for that feeling of accomplishing that triumph. That's what I'm fighting for. Because I definitely do not have anything put in my hand, but I always have everything that I need. Because I'm alive. And because I have the ability to see how blessed I am. That's another thing. This world would try to it would try to convince you that you're not blessed. For having a car, for having 2 legs, for having a place to live in. You live in a room, you need to get an apartment. You have an apartment, you need a house. Like, social media in this world will never stop asking you for more. So you might as well be grateful of what you have right now. Because the world is gonna keep on asking you for more. And the trick is to be grateful for what you have. Because one day you might not have it, God forbid. And you're gonna be sad. You're gonna look back and be like, man, I should have just been, instead of putting myself in situations to get that Lamborghini, now I'm in debt. Maybe I should have just been okay with my Honda Civic. Buying a $700,000 car, if it even cost that much. And then, you get in a car crash with it. You don't got no insurance because, you done spent the money on a car or whatnot. You was doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing. And now all of a sudden, you don't got a car at all. Now your money and your financials is in jeopardy because you decided to not be grateful and get more than what you need. And there's a time and a place for you to have fun with your resources and with your blessings. But man, just zoom out every once in a while and be like, do I really need this? Do I really need to be anxious about having this when I have this already? Am I really doing bad in life because someone on the internet told me I was doing bad in life? And think about this too, guys. I'm about to blow your guys' mind. Like, we listen to people on the internet say things all the time and we ain't never seen them in real life. In my opinion, a real measure of what's real to me is if it's in my face and I can touch it and it's tangible. And we tend to listen and, gather and decipher our value off of things that we see online that we can't even touch or ain't ever see with our eyes in front of us. Think about how ludicrous that is. Someone telling you ain't shit online. You ain't ever meet them before. You don't even know if they real. Especially now, like, you got AI telling you shit. You got AI accounts and profiles and AI videos being made every second, man. All of this to say, man, just be authentically you. Don't care what anybody else says. You'll be Gucci. Because everybody's always going to have something to say. But I tell you what, there's barely, all of these people that got something to say is rarely practicing what they preach, especially now. Like, social media is just so fake. You got a job, man, be grateful. You don't want to be at the job, work. Even if you got to work for a long time just to get out of it. Just work. Why are you listening to other people? These people ain't been through what you've been through. I'm going to go ahead and decipher my value off of people online, people in real life that ain't been through what I'm been through. It's ludicrous. You got this, man. All of you got this. If you're watching this video, you got this. But first you got to get your mind out of this mindset that other people know you. These people will never know you on a fundamental level, down to the atom. That's only something that you could know. And we're letting them decipher our value because we don't have what they have or what they seemingly have. Just lock in on you. Don't give a fuck what nobody gotta say. Cause they not you. They ain't living your life. Stand up for you. At the end of the day, it's all about you and what you could do. Being a social media warrior, worrying about what other people doing and not changing your own situation, I ain't gonna get you nowhere. Gonna get you more broke and more sad, depressed for no reason. You got this, man. Peace.